YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Noel Blends. We're back at it again with another haircut tutorial. Today we're gonna be doing a low fade and I'm with no C cups, and I'm gonna show you guys step by step what I do to achieve this type of look. Other than that, it's your boy Noel Blends, and let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm doing is wetting my client's hair. We're gonna get it nice and damp. We are gonna give him some shape first. I like to trim the top first, that way I can give it shape and really know where I want to put my blend at. Keep in mind, these steps are probably not what everybody does, but this is just the way I do it, what has helped me out as a barber. Whenever I first started, I would do the horseshoe part. As you guys can see, I'm doing it right there at the parietal ridge. So what we're gonna be doing is just pulling out his hair and just giving him a little bit of shape. If you want to go shorter, if you want to keep more of a rounder look, obviously cut off a lot more. I'm doing about ½ an inch all around. What this allows me to do is have like that blowout type look. That's what we're really going for. We're gonna keep the blend nice and tight and compressed, but really smooth at the same time. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be super perfect. Just go and give it like a rough draft. We're just creating shape as we go. Now for the back, we are going to create small little sections and just give them some texture. About ½ an inch. We're just going to cut off about ½ an inch as well. Just pull out and point cut it, just so you can have a little bit of texture. Remember, we are creating shape before we throw on the fade. Remember, this is just the way I do it. It's probably not perfect, but it's what's helped me create a dope haircut. And I'm just showing you guys. Hopefully it helps you guys in any type of way. So once you finish up cutting the top, we are gonna add a little bit of hair serum, and this is just so it can protect it from the heat. It softens up the hair. We are gonna blow dry it just to dry it up. I like to blow dry, and I've always been told that your blow dryer is your best friend, and I didn't believe it at first, but as I got more deep into my barber career, it's true. You want to blow dry everything, that way you can fade nicely into it. The blow dryer settings is set at medium heat, high speed. Just make sure you don't keep it on the same spot, that way you don't burn your client. If you do, it will burn his scalp. So for our first step, we're going to take the number 2 guard lever fully open and close about a notch, and we're just going to go straight up, and we're going to debulk his sides. We're going to go straight up towards the top, that way we do not dig in and create such a harsh guideline. And as you guys can see, I'm scooping out. We're technically giving him shape as well here. As you guys can see, we're just going straight up and giving a scoop out motion. So for our first guideline, we are going to take off his C cups. This is a low fade, so it's not going to have no C cups. It ain't a drop fade. It's just going to go straight down. And just make sure you're consistent throughout the head. Pull down his ear. Do not be afraid. And just make sure everything's nice and even and consistent. We are dropping it under his occipital bone. As you guys can see, you do not want to push it up, because then the fade's going to look really off. Right here, we're just going to hit him with the shaver. Go all the way up to the line. Just let the shaver do its work. Do not put a lot of pressure. So for our first step, we are going to go in with our half guard, lever fully closed, and we're going to create about a 1/2 inch guideline. The same consistency, just make sure you follow it throughout his whole head. Remember to keep the blade flat for the most part. You can give it a little flick if you'd like, but you want to make sure everything's nice and down to the half guard. So for our next step, we are going to take off that bottom guideline, which is our first initial bolt guideline. We are going with their 0 gap Oster fast feeds. You can use any clipper, whatever you're comfortable with. I like these Oster fast feeds with the ceramic blade because you can hear the crunch. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But this is what I like to use to take off the first initial bolt guideline. I usually just keep the blade fully closed and I open it about 1/4 if I have to. You won't need to open it that much more, but if you have to, go ahead and just play with it. Just go right on the line and just break the line. We're just basically breaking the line. Next, what you want to do is grab your 0 gap trimmers and just take off any little stubble that our clipper missed. Next, what you want to do is grab your 1.5 guard, lever fully closed, and we're going to create about another 1/2 inch guideline. The same concept, the same direction. We're going to create it and just make it as consistent as possible. You want to give this step right here more of a little flick because we are getting closer to his bolt. Make sure you give it more of a flick towards the top. That way you don't create such a harsh guideline or you don't dig too hard into it and just push up the blend. As you guys can see, you guys are starting to see the blend start to come together. Also, make sure you guys are always brushing as well because his hair has probably already been cut and you don't want to keep attacking the same dark spot. You want to continue the blend, that way you don't take a lot of time. Once you finish up that step, we are going to go with our 1 guard, lever fully open, and we're just going to do the same exact thing we did with our 1.5 guard, lever fully closed, but we're going to do it lever fully open with the number 1 guard. And with this step, you want to keep the blade more flat, and we're just basically fading down now. So we're going to start with the open, then we're going to go halfway, and then we're going to fully close it. Now we're gonna go halfway and we're gonna do the same exact thing, but just a little bit lower now. Remember to keep the blade flat. You do not want to flick too crazy right here. You just want to keep it flat and just let itself smooth out. I promise if you guys stick to these steps, it's going to help you understand the fading process a lot better. Just make sure you stick to it, and it's going to be tough at first, but once you get it down, you're going to get everything else is going to come with it. You're going to learn new techniques, and you're going to understand the hair a lot better. Now we just close it fully, and we're just gonna attack the middle ghost line. As you guys can see, there's a tiny little ghost line. It's not gonna take it out completely, but it's just softening everything up. We're gonna come in with our half guard next, but this is just gonna soften everything up. So once you see it not cutting that much no more, just leave it alone and continue the fade. And then we're gonna come in with our half guard and just clean everything up. Now right here, we're gonna come in with the half guard. Once you finish up the step we just did, we're gonna come in with the half guard, let it fully close. On this step, you do want to utilize your corners more because you can push up the blend and it's gonna look really inconsistent. So just attack the dark spots and go right on it, give it a flick. Do not mess with it too crazy. Once you see it come out, just go on and continue blending out any little dark spot you see. If in some areas it doesn't want to come out, just leave it alone. We can come back and we can detail the blend with our Oster fast feeds or whatever clipper you have. Just don't, if you see it still staying dark, please do not worry about it. It is going to be, basically you're going to have to go down another step, which is going to be our no guard, and you're going to have to detail with that. Like I said, we are coming back down to our no guard and we're just detailing. This is just detailing at this point. We're just taking out any little dark spot that we missed. Using your corner, as you guys can see, we're just utilizing our corner, just making sure everything's nice and even and consistent. Right here, what we're doing, we're gonna blend in the bulk a little bit more. That way it don't stick out too crazy. You just want to clipper over comb it. Doesn't gotta be perfect, doesn't gotta be super spot on. Just make sure it has that blowout type look. Right here, I'm just detailing with my 1.5 guard, just trying to make it look as consistent as possible. Any little dark spot you see, I'm trying to lighten it up. That way it looks consistent. As well, whenever you're starting a detail, always start with the open just to play it safe. You don't want to go in too crazy and just take off too much hair. Now we're just going to do his lineup. We're going to throw on some enhancements. We're going to do the pencil. This is the I believe this is the Jonathan 4 something pencil. They sent it to me a long time ago, and I've been using this type of enhancement lately just because it looks super original, nothing too heavy. But as you guys can see, we're just hitting him with the razor. We're just doing his vertical bars, hitting him with the razor, stretching the skin, making sure I don't irritate my client, adding a little bit of white barber enhancement pencil as well. We're gonna hit it with the trimmers, and then we're gonna brush it in with our little brush so it looks more natural. We are gonna hit him with a little bit of curl cream. All the products I use here in this video will be listed down below, that way you guys can check them out. It just adds his curls, makes them pop out. This is the before, and this is what I came up with. I think the cut came out super clean, super dope. If you guys like this, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you guys get alerted every time I drop a new video. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, at Noel Blends. Other than that, it's your boy Noel Blends, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.